We all think that habits come from persistence. In fact, the brain's operating principle is never insist too much, as the more you insist, the easier it is to give up. Legend Tales. Join us on a transformative journey where we combine the power of personal development and wealth creation. Let's begin now. Let's take a look at 9 methods to stop bad habits. The biggest difference between rich people and ordinary people lies not in persistence but in the transformation of their habits. Habits cannot be prohibited, they can only be replaced. The brain is lazy and dislikes change. When we use willpower to persist and endure hardships, the most probable outcome is giving up. For instance, if you want to lose weight and start exercising, telling yourself to run for an hour every day may lead to persisting for only 3 days, with each day being extremely painful. For the brain, it seeks the easiest way possible. You may have experienced how easy it is to get carried away when swiping your phone or watching videos because it requires less brain effort. Therefore, the best way to quit bad habits is to rebuild your behavior and replace bad habits with good ones. In the late 1980s, psychologist Wagner conducted an experiment. He instructed people not to think about a white bear, and whenever they did, they had to shake their bells. The result was that the bells kept ringing. Then, Wagner tried a different approach. He told people that thinking about a red car might be helpful, and as a result, the bells rang only half as often. Similarly, you can use this thought replacement technique. When you want to pick up your phone, pour yourself or a friend a glass of water instead. Every addictive behavior requires at least one different behavior to replace it. For those trying to quit smoking, using gum as a substitute has been an effective method. Alternatively, you can start by stacking habits. For example, if you want to develop a reading habit and already have a fixed time for phone use in the evening, try reading a book for 5 minutes before swiping your phone. Adding a new habit on top of an existing one makes it easier for the brain to adapt. People can become desensitized to pleasure, and the threshold for experiencing pleasure will keep rising. To keep experiencing pleasure, one needs to continuously increase the intensity of stimulation. You need to be subjected to more sustained and intense stimulation to continue experiencing pleasure. For example, some people smoke, starting with a pack every 2 days, then progressing to a pack a day, and eventually needing to smoke 2 cigarettes at once to feel the same pleasure. Drug use, pornography, voyeurism, gambling, they all follow this logic. Even smartphone addiction operates in the same way. There's an experiment with mice where scientists implanted an electrode in their brains. Each time the mouse pressed a pedal, the electrode would stimulate dopamine neurons, causing excitement. The mice ended up pressing the pedal hundreds of times per minute until they exhausted themselves to death. The scientists found that the expectation of pleasure releases much more dopamine than the actual experience of pleasure. It's like the pleasure we feel in anticipating a vacation far exceeds the actual experience of being on vacation. To quit seeking instant gratification, we can link the things we need to do with the things we want to do. For example, if watching TV shows brings you pleasure, you can combine it with exercise. Commit to exercising for 5 minutes while watching your TV shows. This way, you can develop a habit of exercising without feeling miserable, making it easier to continue. For example, when you're bored and using your phone, you can also open it to listen to audiobooks or watch Legend Tales videos on YouTube. These activities can help pass the time and make it feel like time is passing quickly. If a person's addictive desires are endlessly satisfied, their downfall is not far away. When God wants you to perish, He will first make you go mad. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.